It's 1923. Two intrepid English ladies, Kate Husali and her daughter Nina, are travelling in North Africa. Modern concepts like humanitarian and sustainability mean nothing to them. They just see that animals are suffering. So they set up the Society for the Protection of Animals Abroad. SPANA has now helped millions of horses, donkeys, camels and farm animals in some of the world's poorest countries. We help these animals because we care about them, but also because we understand that the welfare of animals and humans is inextricably linked. For working animals and their owners, life can be brutal, a relentless treadmill. But what creates this cycle of misery? Poverty. If a family can afford even one animal, they're lucky, and they must rely on it for work, for transport, for their very livelihood. SPANA helps people care for their animals. We educate children, and by training vets, we build the capacity of countries to deliver animal welfare themselves. SPANA's approach is effective. We work alongside governments, international organizations, aid charities and UN agencies, and our achievements have been recognized by the largest equine veterinary organization in the US. Our work often takes us to the front line, such as alongside British forces in Helmand Province, Afghanistan. Through all of this activity, SPANA truly makes a difference. There are more than 200 million working animals around the world, and incalculable numbers of livestock. People keep them simply because they have to earn a living or as subsistence farmers. People living as pastoralists have no future if their livestock dies. If his mule is sick, he cannot get his grain to market, and that means no income for his family. Threats such as environmental destruction, conflict, and the effect of climate change all impact on the poorest people and their animals. In this volatile world, thousands of animals die simply from thirst and malnutrition. To help break this cycle of misery, SPANA provides care, education, training, research, and help in emergencies. Caring for individual animals is fundamental to SPANA's work. In remote areas, our hospitals and mobile clinics provide care where there are no vets, often for hundreds of miles and many days' journey. But to make a lasting impact, we must do more than treat individual animals. Education is vital. People crowd into SPANA's clinics, desperate to learn about animal welfare. So whilst treating animals, we also educate their owners. And we educate future generations through our network of centres, mobile clinics and educational buses, which travel almost 500,000 miles a year. Formal professional training of vets in their own country is a priority too. We support hundreds of vets, and of course by training just one vet, SPANA can help thousands of animals and their owners. We also drive improvements in animal welfare by working with universities across the world to support pioneering research. As well as long-term development, SPANA responds rapidly to emergencies. That's vital because after any disaster, people have no chance of a life without their animals. In Kosovo, SPANA cared for injured and stray animals, ensuring displaced people had livelihoods to return to and keeping countless animals alive through the conflict. In Chad, resources for local tribespeople were scarce even before an influx of refugees fleeing conflict. SPANA set up sustainable water points to keep livestock and people alive. In Darfur, famine killed 10,000 donkeys. SPANA stepped in to provide food, vaccines, and trained 90 basic veterinary workers. The next year, not a single donkey died under their care. In Zimbabwe, the problem is economic meltdown. With petrol unaffordable, the burden of transport falls on animals. Owners improvise harnesses from scrap metal. The resulting wounds are horrendous. Long-term poverty means SPANA still has so much work to do here. Saving lives, treating wounds, educating future generations, responding to emergencies. This is how SPANA is breaking the cycle of misery. And with each animal healed, each owner educated, each vet trained, each child who learns to care, SPANA builds a brighter future for the animals and the people who depend on them.